Hello and welcome back to NATO Plays Minecraft. So today I'm going to start building the first house, which is going to be over here. It's going to be a relatively small affair, mostly for storage and as a base of operations for the much larger project, which is going to be making that island a big castle fortress thing. But first off, small house. Now, off screen, I did some mining from our little hovel here, and we have some nice cobble. I've also got some dark oak materials, a fair bit of iron and gold and coal and things. I've been surviving on mushroom stew mostly, and pork chops, just getting some glass smelted up. However, the interesting thing is, down in my mine, I'll probably move this. I found a little cave which most of the iron came from, but I also found further down here, with my branch mines, some diamonds. Now, there's not that many there. It's not that unusual to find them relatively quickly. However, after finding those, I thought, I'll wait until the video to continue down there. So I started off down here. The standard branch mine technique, and lo and behold, another patch of diamonds. And another patch of diamonds. After a little bit longer, mining away on this side, another patch of diamonds. So there are 4 small patches of diamonds. To be fair, these are quite large patches of diamonds. There are 4 patches of diamonds just within maybe 2 chunks of my branch mine. So yeah, that was a nice find. Now I've not picked them up partly just to show people where they were, but also because I don't know if I want to try and get a fortune pick before mining those out, because to be fair, you don't need much diamond early on. You mostly just need a diamond pick and 2 diamonds for an enchanting table. So I think I'll probably forget to pick up my materials. I think I'll probably wait until I have some books to start enchanting things before mining out that diamond. So let's start construction. Get various few materials. I'm going to be making this out of cobblestone, darkwood, and darkwood planks. I'm not actually that keen on the darkwood planks. I find that they're a little bit too contrasted in the midtones. If I put one down, you might be able to see what I mean. Compared to... do I actually have any? Yeah. Compared to the normal wood, you can see there's a lot less sort of granular detail in the dark wood than there is in the light wood. You kind of lose these kind of subtle mid-tones, especially from a distance. However, the dark wood is what's around, so we'll be using the dark wood. I don't mind it that much. I quite like the actual trunk wood. And I can live with the dark wood. I can always put a texture pack in if I want, which I probably won't do. I'm not that great fan of texture packs, unless I just want to change one thing. Yeah, okay. So I keep doing that when making stairs with this new sort of dragging system, which I'm relatively new with, but it's been in for a little time now. Whenever I'm dragging, I always drag over. So I'm going to want some stairs for edging of various kinds. So much on my bar. So much to put on my bar. I'm going to put these mushrooms away. Don't need those right now. Now that I've got these pork chops. Yeah, I'll keep those on me for now. Right. Oh. Spend so much time deciding what I want to do. It goes dark. Right, okay. Because I'm planning on doing that as a big fantasy style tower, I'm going to do... There was a creeper there, but it despawned. But there is a spider, so I'll kill the spider. Because I'm going to be doing a fantasy style city, I'm going to start off this house in a kind of traditional fantasy style. Now, one of the problems with starting a building is getting the right size and shape for what you're planning on doing. And since this building's primarily going to be used for storage, I'm thinking about planning it around the size of a chest. And I quite like the idea of chests being in floors because it saves space, and you can actually, I don't know. We'll see. But oops, I should have brought an axe. I did bring an axe. I'm all over the place today. So, standard chest, 2x2. We're going to want a few of them, and we can stack them a relative height. Give them a stack of 3, which means you've got a roof height of 4. That's not really a problem. So it's 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. We probably want about 18 double chests. That'll do us. Something in that range. So 9 by 9. Which basically gives us... That's a fair amount of room. Other than that, we might want a room for an enchanting table. We might want a room for furnaces, and we might want a room for a bedroom, and possibly a nice living room. So, yeah, there's always the problem of exactly where to start, and exactly what style I'm going to go for. So this is going to be a medieval style kind of, almost like a tavern style, if you've kind of seen those before. One thing I found with building is often I get so caught up in the details that I end up kind of focusing on like the starting of a corner and spending a while just kind of looking at it and thinking, well, do I actually like that style? Do I think it works? Yes, no. Especially with things like window openings and window placement and size. Something like this, because it's got a quite almost traditional style and appearance. It's got quite a realistic appearance. You don't want to have kind of great big huge windows on your ground floor because it sort of looks unrealistic, because there wouldn't be enough rock, there wouldn't be enough stone to support the rest of the building. So small windows, actually considering we're gonna... Yeah. It is also a certain amount of kind of making it up as you go along, rather than kind of having a really good overarching plan and kind of pre-building stuff. Sometimes I pre-build things in a creative world just to kind of see how it feels, see how it looks. I'm actually going to go make some chests just for ease of placement and things, so I can keep in mind. accessing them. I'll use this plain oak for now. Might as well put that away. So, yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this. This is starting to look really clunky, which is not what I want, but you often find with starting projects, you will just end up with kind of something that looks kind of clunky to begin with, and then as you work on it, as kind of things come to mind, it gets easier to focus on particular areas, particular details, once the general shape is down. But I definitely want to have a relatively open plan. I have a feeling it's actually going to end up a lot bigger on the outside than the internal space, which I don't like doing. Sometimes I kind of believe in form follows function. Oh, yeah, form follows function. And often with that you end up with buildings that kind of appear from the outside to be an odd shape. You kind of think, why is that like that? I don't see the point in it. It's because you're not adding extra extraneous detail that doesn't need to be there. Not sure. I think we just need to add kind of a bit more. That's a bit nicer. It's a bit better. It kind of adds more weight to the top than the bottom. Or kind of balances it out a bit. Okay, well, I'm going to carry on twiddling around a bit and see if I can come up with a nice shape off camera. Okay, so this is what I have so far. It's a very kind of heavy bottom floor with small windows and quite a carved effect. One thing that really annoys me about Minecraft at the moment is I like the stairs and how they curve around, but there isn't anything that does similar vertically. Like, I'd like to have just this kind of quarter of a block missing, so like a stair on its side, to open that up a bit more, because I feel like the distance between that pillar and this window is just kind of really an annoying distance. It's there because of the placement of the chest inside. I kind of forgot that I'm going to need to enter this space, so we're going to be three chests less than I thought we would be, but that's not a problem. As I said about the floor before, this wood, there's just not enough contrast in the midtones. I think I got it wrong the other way around. I think I said it had too much. Which is part of the problem. The problem is that the contrast between the kind of slats of the wood and the very dark spots compared to the very light spots is a bit too harsh when you take into account the difference between the lightest shade and the mid shade. I just feel that mid shade should be a little darker and a little more variation between the very, very slight colours there, which you can just about see. But it's not too bad. Like I said, I can live with it. I was working in the dark, so I had these torches up in not particularly good places. One of the other things that's kind of irritated me that I found out is you can't put torches on the back side of stairs. So the flat, like you put one there, you put one there, but you can't put one there because it's the back end of a stair block, and that kind of irritated me. I wish you could do that, but apparently you can't. Anyway, so this is going to extend out here a bit further, but since we have a bit more of a ground floor in place, I'm going to work on the second floor now. See how it goes, see what I think about it. However, kind of made it difficult to get up there, so yeah, okay. Something that annoys me about Minecraft is the floor thickness. Because everything's a 1x1 block, you end up with sort of that is like almost the minimum. If you want to have wood, I mean carpet now, you means you can kind of get away with not having to have that. And I could use slabs, but then if I have something like a crafting table, or if I want to make a table out of stairs, it just looks a bit weird if you just have these huge, great big blocks compared to the floor level. So yeah, we have this quite large lip. Considering this wall is 1 block thick, but because I've got this stair edging on either side, it's actually three. My mouth can't get around those words. 3 thick from the top. Oops. Hello. Oh great, now I'm on fire. Build through the fire, it's the only way. Just ignore it, it'll go away. But that this extra thickness does just help us in a way, because what I want to do is have the top floor extend a little further out than the bottom floor, giving us a bit more room upstairs. I'll probably use this room up here for not so much for storage, because we've got that big storage area underneath, but I'll have a bedroom up here, and I'll also put probably an enchanting table. When I actually get around to getting one. And a library. The problem something I found is like I can't find cows anywhere at the moment. There are no cows in the vicinity. There might be over on that island, but it's extreme hills and there's not much grass, so I don't know, there might not be. So I might have to go cow hunting. To find cows, to get leather, to make books. Since now that you need a lot of leather for books, I really should be growing lots of sugar. Should be growing lots of sugar. I mean, I've got no excuse really. I have some in my inventory. I have some in my chests. And I have all this water, so I don't really have an excuse for not growing it at the moment. Oops. Apparently that this texture error is going to be fixed soon, someone told me. It has something to do with one of the bug fixes messing up the way the textures are placed. Colour for that's slightly weird. It's probably just the biome I'm in. Oops. As you can see, it's kind of coming together like a kind of a fantasy setting, almost sort of Swedish style house. I've been playing a fair amount of Skyrim every now and again, so it's kind of semi inspired by that. We have the sort of Nordish buildings, which made out of stone and wood, and kind of have a generic, almost generic fantasy appearance. Again, trying to push the realistic appearance and realistic. Ooh dear, hello floor. Oh well, I wanted to show you the front now. Yeah, that's right. But sort of giving an eye to having proper looking supports, like wood beams. Wood itself is not a bad, doesn't have a bad span to sort of depth ratio, span to depth ratio, with real wood. So you can go quite far with wood if it's thick enough. Hello creeper. One blew up there earlier, so yeah, with just natural wood. So it's I'm relatively happy with that. Of course I've made it so I can't get back up because I'm an idiot. To be fair, I probably should think about where I want to put the stairs. Probably going to have a front door about here. I might have the stairs off to the right and curving up, so have a kink in it. There's creepers everywhere. There's one over there, but I'm not going to go get him. There's not much point, because, yeah, he'll just blow up, probably. Yeah, okay, so let's put the stairs in now. Stairs tend to be relatively important in buildings. And kind of, well, they're very important in any building that has more than one floor. But placement of stairs tends to be an area of interest. Kind of wanted a kink in that. Kind of wanted to put it at a right angle. I see you, creeper. Because they mark such a transition between kind of vertical and horizontal movement, they tend to be relatively important. They tend to take up a lot of space. And having a stairway in a space defines kind of its use. So having them sort of central to a building, having them kind of highlighted and kind of quite obvious. Like I've done a classically poor thing here because I've completely sort of cut off my flow through from here by putting a stairway in. So that's a bad plan. That's a bad idea. Should have thought about that. So I don't really want it to come straight down, but that might be. Well then. That was slightly Oh well. As I said, sometimes I just kind of derp. I knew he was there, and I just kind of sort of forgot. Luckily, this wasn't when the house was full of stuff. Luckily, it wasn't on a chest, but there we go. Let's just fix this hole quickly. It's one of my pet peeves is creeper holes. I mean, I know I'm going to get you now before you inevitably blow up in my face. Yeah, I know I can turn like creeper damage off so that it doesn't blow up my stuff, but if I'm playing on, if I end up one day playing on a server again, wouldn't necessarily have that on, and I kind of feel like, yeah, they're annoying. Yeah, they sometimes blow up your stuff, but they're part of the game, and you can't kind of really get around them. So essentially, I just have to kind of shut up and put up with them. So that's slightly better. I think it'll look a bit better once I have the actual kind of roof space in. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I do have some oak. I do want to put in another beam here. And continue this beam across. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. So yeah, it's coming along. I think I'm going to continue this off camera. In fact, actually, right. Yes. I will end the episode here, and I will continue off camera a little bit, and next episode I will review what I've put together, and probably talk a bit about lighting placement and internal detail, which is something I think people often don't pay enough attention to. People often just go, well, let's make it look good on the outside, and don't really think about the internal flow of the building and kind of all the little details, which is kind of hard to do. But yeah, we shall see how that goes, and I will see you next week. I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, thank you very much. See you later.